Alexa, lamp on. Now then, before we proceed any further, I'm going to announce the results of the tests we performed earlier. Tests? Yes, tests on the bloody dagger that was found stuck in the pine tree. Oh yeah, no. Let's go about that. There's a weapon now. My face and she followed the victim. So what are the results? Was it a victim's blood or? Due to time constraints, the full test was impossible. However, there's one thing we can say with certainty. The blood that was on this dagger was not the victim's blood. That is all. Now then, let's start this trial. So, it wasn't Missy's blood on the dagger. Who was it? I understand, Jonah. I have heard the witness is dangerously weak. So let's finish this. Agreed. First, she's been confined in the cavern, and then she's been stuck channeling a ghost, channeling Dahlia. Witness, please tell us your name and profession. My profession is Maya. According to the magazine I have here, you're a spirit medium in the crane channeling technique. Oh, Maya. The pain the Fae bloodline caused must be unbearable. Very well. Now then, Miss Fae. When the event occurred, you were in the garden of the inner temple, and you witnessed the moment of Miss Elise Dunham's murder. Is this correct?
Objection!
Put your hand up this instant. Stick your head up and speak clear. Before you stand for calling names. Your mother was killed right in front of your eyes. There's nothing you can do to change that. But there's something you can do. You can finish this. You've been watching the whole thing, right? You've seen the witnesses come out and you've seen her squeeze the truth out. Now it's your turn. This is your test. A night of time. What exactly is this? Witness, if you please. Something warm. That'd be blood. So you're struck on the head. Suppose it must have been the staff. Maya, the person who hit you was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? I'm sorry, Nick. I couldn't see it. Didn't know who it was. Maya, think hard. Can't say it was an especially good night for young ladies to be walking around alone. Seems that would be hard to determine the criminal if you test me alone. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Please begin your cross-examination. Maya, hang in there. You don't look well at all. You don't mean, was it? No, at the time, but I think I'd probably first. She's saying that's when Miss Dunham, who was channeling Dahlia, was stabbed in the back by the killer. So what happened next? Oh, you're saved. You don't even remember that? No, I haven't got any idea. Yeah, let's do that. Worked side by side with Maya for 2 years now. Can't tell when she's trying to hide something by how she acts. I'm absolutely certain that she's hiding something. Who else was on the inner temple side that night? And there. After the incident, Edgeworth met the criminal. So then did Iris actually come later like she said? She seems confused. She's so tired. You didn't see the person, but after that your attack was in front of you. How could you not see who it was? I really don't have time, what should I do? I'd say to leave it be, but... Come to think of it, there was earlier testimony to that effect as well. The spirit that was channeled by Elise Dunham, Dahlia Hall. Very well, please continue your testimony. What happened after you were struck on the head? What happened afterwards? You think? Well, now, this is beginning to get interesting. What are the two things running around in your head? That's not odd at all. Your action's understandable given the circumstances. So what did you do then? You think you screamed, but you're not sure. Listen, I was confused. It was dark and I couldn't see my attacker. But then I was wondering all the time. Believe me, my dear. I'm certain I would have soiled my robes. Hear my judge. Well, this person might attack himself. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I screamed. Well, that sounds like pulling mine, really was out of mind. I don't know what you meant by last hope. My last hope, because that makes it sound like she recognized them. Wait a minute, Maya. What's this my last hope stuff? No, that's not what you said. You said my last hope. Look, you were facing an attacker that you couldn't see, and you screamed, right? You screamed, help me. Yeah. But you testified that you screamed that because you thought it was your last hope. Oh, well, you know, that's... Maya's not doing so well up there. What is it now? Huh? Witness! Are you absolutely sure what you're saying? Behind the attacker, there was another person? Takes a ton of pressure to make a diamond. That's what I was saying. What kind of pressure? You're gonna call it law here. Can't make things up or try to hide things in this chamber. Witness, the information you just presented is vital to the case. I want you to add it to your testimony. Was not lit. Objection! So there's a man standing behind your attacker. That man, he's a killer. He stabbed her from behind. He's only killed Elise Dunham. Otherwise known as Misty Faye, your mother. Maya, you know who killed your mother, don't you? What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright? To be frank, Your Honor, I think she is in shock and quite confused. That's why she hasn't noticed a huge problem in the testimony. Huh? What do you mean? What problem? Maya, undenied the crime, that stone lantern was out of commission. It's true. There was no light anywhere in the garden that night. No! No! Order! Order in the court! Mr. Godot, explain this! And the pureness of milk to the perfect clear darkness of coffee. There is a state of witness in mind right now. Cup of cafe au lait. Cafe au lait? Not even legal. Cafe au lait is fringe. Mr. Child's words of milk, and you whisper. Your Honor. I'm a spoon! I'm no spoony bard, I'll have you know. You must notice it too, John. This witness may not stay as high as state. Now I don't understand why you make a little mistake. Sorry, but that's not gonna cut. What did you say? If there truly was no light in the garden, then there's a fatal contradiction in the witness's last bit of testimony. Nick. May I? Recall the witness's statement about her attack. She said that she didn't know if it was a man or a woman, and it was also a child. And yet, the witness could describe a person that was standing behind her attacker. And she quite clearly described him as a man. In other words, that would have to mean that Maya actually saw our missing person, despite it being so dark that she couldn't see the face of her own attacker. Order! 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 What in the world does this all mean, Mr. Wright? Are you saying Miss Faye saw the real killer under pitch black conditions? Right, do you have any idea what you're proposing? How could you have seen in the dark? There was no light. There are some things that you can only see in the dark, Mr. Godot. Maya, you did see who the killer was in the dark. And now you're trying to cover for it. Cover? For the man that killed her mother? There's only one conclusion I can draw from this. You know who this man is. Yeah. You talk a good game, Jack. Let's see if you can walk the walk. Put page black so I can do. Maya's dead, Sam protecting the sky. The man who murdered Maya's long-lost mother. But I can't get away with it. I'm a lawyer, an officer of the law court. I'm here to find the truth. Alright, Mr. Wright, time to show us what you've got. Here was this person that you say Miss Faye saw in the darkness. Look at her. Because it was pitch black, Miss Faye was able to recognize the killer easily. I'm sure the court would like to see for itself how this is possible, yes? What? But how do you propose to show us something like that? It's easy. We just need to recreate the conditions of that night. Conditions? Your Honor, the defense officially requests that all the lights in this courtroom be turned off. Turned off. This is, but it can't be. That was a nice bit of deduction. Okay. Well, everyone, this is the man Maya saw the night of murder. Order! 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 Prosecutor Godot, what is the meaning of this? Surely you must be shocked to hear yourself accused of such a thing. Why aren't you denying it? Your Honor, you have been wrong. What do you mean by that? Got a question, has to witness. Well, Maya, how about it? What you saw at night? Was it 3 glowing red lights? Well, witness, answer the question. Maya? What? Witness? Mr. Wright, what the? Stop it chattering, Your Honor. Chattering? It's worth asking. Ask the witness. That's one of my rules. Alright. Well then, let's continue with the testimony. Please tell us how you knew the killer was a man. So it was after the crime took place that the witness came to think the killer was a man. You need to apologize. As Mr. Godot said, you're utterly exhausted. So I'm not sure that you would be a little confused. Also, if you consider the situation you described, it doesn't seem too much of a stretch to assume the culprit was a man. Mr. Wright, proceed for your cross-examination. So you lost consciousness when you were in the garden, is that right? So then the person I carried you into the inner temple. Could only have been the killer! So the killer carried my own into the inner temple. Naturally, the killer must have done it, right? But why would the killer tamper the crime scene? It must have been something that the killer desperately wanted to hide. Looks like she doesn't have enough confidence. The torches were lit. I'm gonna say it was the killer who lit the torch. The killer probably lit them since it'd be impossible to really cover up what can be done. Just to summarize your thoughts. However, that's true, there's one thing that still bothers me. Why did the killer go to the effort of moving the body? That's true, hard to see how that would be of any advantage. And again, if even that would be the one person that the temple. Very good, let me hear some more about the condition of the crime scene. And all the snow and the snow. Why do they keep getting tongue-tied? An odd fellow indeed, this killer. Why on earth would anyone want to take snow away? There's one thing I can think of. Didn't you say that a lot of the victims' blood sprayed onto the snow? In other words, the killer's purpose was to hide the bloody snow. I think that's the most reasonable explanation. Perhaps. However, there's something that's bothering me. That's true. Could have scooped up just the snow that was stained with blood. Looks like there's some mysteries behind this issue. So you're saying that you never saw the killer, right? But earlier you very clearly stated that you saw a man behind your attack. The killer's something might be a lot of trouble. What? Hiding it for you? She may have thought that you'd done it. No, she definitely would have thought so. You're saying that's why the killer cleaned up the crime scene to make it look like nothing had happened? Well, that's certainly an important piece of information. I need to add that to your testimony. Yeah, but... a big red flag. No pun intended. Objection! The body of Elise Dunham was carried all the way to Hazakura Temple's courtyard. Then, at the garden, the real scene of the crime, the snow that we suspect was covered in blood was scooped up and removed. It's reasonable to believe all this was done in an attempt to hide the true crime scene. However, there's still a matter that seems somewhat odd. What would that be? Must have figured out by now, Mr. Godot. It's the message written in blood on the lantern. It was written very clearly on the white stone lantern. Maya. The killer was so motivated to protect Maya from suspicion, then why didn't they wipe the writing off the lantern? Ah, you're right! Water? But, Mr. Wright, isn't it a fact that the killer was trying to cover up the crime scene? Indeed, but it doesn't make much sense to move the body and remove the bloody snow. Then not wipe off the most incriminating thing of all, the bloody writing. But if that's the case, you have an explanation for the killer's mysterious behavior. Yeah, you didn't notice it. Why did this killer move the body and remove all the snow? Maybe the bloody writing on the man. But it's a fact that the killer left the writing in his hand. Must be a reason for it. Well then, Mr. Wright. The killer didn't notice it. Prosecutor Godot, early in this trial you gave me some good advice. Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. Maybe you're not as dumb as I thought. The real killer wanted to disguise the fact that crime occurred now. If that's the case, they would have left their bloody writing on the stone lantern on purpose. Therefore, it must mean they didn't notice it. But that doesn't make any sense. The torch is all in there. You're right. There is no way any normal person would. What? What are you trying to say, Mr. Wright? There's only one person involved in this incident. You could have missed seeing the bloody writing altogether. And who would that be? Who is the person that could have failed to notice the bloody writing? Me!
Take that!
Mr. Godot, this is what you said yesterday. My eyesight is being messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see it. You can't see everything? That's correct, Mr. Godot. This lantern was submitted as evidence today. I would like the court to think back to the moment it was first presented. This lantern! There's something written on it. Why it's written in blood? No, this lantern's as clean as a whistle. Mr. Godot, just admit it. There are certain colours you can't see, correct? You can't see red on a white background, can you? That's right. We went through this once before, during the poisoning case at 3 p.m. Here's the day from the delightful Miss Bird was around so nice full copy, along with the blood from her period. There's something still bothering me, Mr. Godot. Why have you not explained the blood stain to the court? Substain? What game is this? Bloodstain. What bloodstain would that be? Don't play games, prosecutor. The blood-colored stain that's made all over the apron. That's ridiculous. Don't tell me anything about bloodstain. You could see the coffee on the white ink, but you couldn't see the ketchup because it was red. Strange. In a black and white photo, those letters would have appeared black. Oh well. Why am I the only one who can't see it? So then, Mr. Godot, are you admitting it? Kind of iconic. Kind of ironic. Well, not ironic. It's good symbolism. He didn't see red white, so he can't see red on white. Hey, Gramps. Did you know? That's the reason why I don't drink red tea. What's good if it does murder? Figure out. Mr. Godot, the defense at this time formally accused you of the murder of Miss Elise Dunham, also known as Miss Misty Fay. Hard to believe this may be true, however, once again, Mr. Wright has brought up a disquieting fact about you. This may shake up the other diamonds and many stamps. How does logography make me kill? Besides, it's not like my name is written there.
Objection!
I'm certain that the killer wasn't able to see the color red. There's his face, do go on. The answer's right down at the crime scene. In the snow. The snow? How so? Well, for example, why did the killing involve snow? You say it yourself. If you want to tie the bloody snow, why not just take out just that area? Yes, why didn't he just take out this area? Ah, could it be? Yes, the killer couldn't see his red blood and had seeped into the snow. And so he had to remove the ornament. He showed where the blood had landed, so he removed the whole in him more like it, the killer couldn't see the blood because it was dark. Not a chance. The torches were all lit. Would have been able to see just fine. It seems that once again this trial has taken an unexpected turn, to say the least. Can you explain this, Mr. Godot? Maya? What is it, witness?
Objection!
Yeah. You can't testify to something like that. After the murder happened, you didn't even exist. She didn't? I'm afraid I don't follow. Are you senile, old man? We established this just a little while ago. The murder, this witness was unconscious for a long time. Because she was channeling Daria Hawthorne. Oh, that's right. Maya, do you plan to cover for Godot no matter what the cost? That's the case, I've got no choice. Your Honor, let's hear a testimony. It means we're going to hear the whole truth. I say we shouldn't... yeah. No, if we don't try. Who is this Pearly? So when did you hear about this? Terribly sorry, but what you heard from someone else is simply not as admissible as testimony. You're smart, Maya. You always know the best things to say when you're under oath. Prosecution has no objection. We believe the witness. Mr. Godot? Let's just move on to the cross-examination. The defense has no objections. This is highly unusual, but... Well, Mr. Wright? Maybe I should ask some questions. God damn it. Can hold on. What a sweet story! You had a thermos of coffee? Nice. You said that you conducted an investigation of yours. Did you find anything? Looks like my investigation about her is yours, right? Well, I didn't miss it, so speak for yourself, Goggles. The only odd thing I discovered was a beauty in the training hall. Beauty? Misty Faye, naturally. Clad in a stunning Japanese garb, surrounded by the hue and aroma of Western tastes. Western tastes? Can you find a stranger way to describe gravy? So from there you headed for the prep room? Wait a sec, what did Godot say just now? You just found this proverbial... Feeling like Pearls became very worried about mine. Pearls was supposed to charge down your form, but she couldn't do it. That's why she was being attempted. What you heard from someone else is simply not admissible as testimony. Those are your words, Your Honor. True shame, Mr. Wright. Oh well. What do you have to say, Mr. Godot? How nice and hard coffee. Just like I thought, Godot is lying. His first visit to the inner temple really was after the incident. You should know about that piece of evidence. Mr. Godot, the first time you crossed Dusky Bridge and went into the inner temple was long before the murder took place. Because you just made one fatal slip-up, the hanging scroll in the training hall. Hanging scroll? Maya, I know you know who it is, but here's something you didn't know. By the time the bridge had been repaired, 2 days after the murder, the hanging scroll in the training hall looked like this. What's that wonderfully delicious smell? Long after the crime, someone put out gravy. Because gravy was much more than a condiment to the culprit. Well, Mr. Godot, if you really hadn't seen the hanging scroll after the murder, you wouldn't have had any way of knowing that was Mr. Fay. True, but Mr. Godot describes what was under like this. Clad in a stunning Japanese garb, surrounded by the hue and aroma of Western taste. Yes, it's possible that he knew what the crest meant. However, he could have known that she was wearing Japanese clothing. Mr. Godot, on the day of the murder, you were hiding at the inner temple long before the crime took place. Can I ask you just one little thing, right? Of course, Mr. Godot knew about the plan. What did you say? It's really possible that another person knew the plan? Yes, please. No. This crime was actually planned over a year ago. Morgan Fay authored the plan for her daughter's future. These instructions were hidden somewhere in Fay Manor for a year. However, by the time Little Charles found these instructions, they had been unsealed. Unsealed? Yes. Sorry, I skipped a bit. That's how he knew the crime was to take place at the inner temple. You still insist this crap occurs me? You bet I do. He just said man instructions were hidden. He really wanted to know. He had one great chance to find out during a visit. Morgan Fay told her daughter Pearl about where the instructions were hidden during one of her visits to the detention center. That would be the only time for someone to have learned where they were hidden. Eavesdropping on a visit at the detention center? Yes, could be arranged if you were someone with easy access in and out of there. Like, for example, a prosecutor such as Mr. Godot. Order! 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 Mr. Godot, you're under fire again. This murder could not have been carried out without prior knowledge. And you were the only one that could have required this information before murder. Humans are afraid of the dark. And yet, at the same time, we're fascinating them with the witch. And that's why humans drink the darkness. That's right. You accuse me of this crime, or them, I have to ask you. What was it? Scared of me. The killer's behavior is certainly extreme, for lack of a better word.
Objection!
However, you had a great good reason, didn't you, Mr. Godot? An unshaken reason that forced you to take this witness at all costs. Yeah, Mia. Oh yeah. Guess you're doing the best person for Godot. For the same reason, huh? That's right. Oh, very simple. My affair is a lot more than just a stranger. There's one person who lies at the very centre of this whole stuff.
Take that!
There's a very good reason why Mia Fey's life is so precious to you. After all, she is Mia Fey's only sister. Mia Fey. You once worked alongside her. That was when you were a defense attorney. Wait a second then, Mr. Godot is a defense attorney? With your honest piercing intellect, you must have figured it out by now. The real name of this man who calls himself Godot, his real name is Diego Armando. Isn't that right? Last time someone called me by that name was over 6 years ago. Diego Armando! That name rings a bell. Judge, Your Honor, all of this is related to a single case. A case in which a convict named Terry Falls killed himself. Mia Fey's first time in court, the tragic outcome left a deep wound in her heart. She knew that behind it all was a heart of scheming demoness in disguise. But in the end, Mia couldn't tear off in disguise. However, there was one man who reached out to help her, Diego Armando, the senior defense attorney at the office where Mia worked. Something real about her. Way she put all her faith in her clients, that pure sweetheart of hers. That's why I could never forgive her. And it was for those two reasons I decided to become a prosecutor. I may ask, what were your two reasons, Liv? First was you. Me? By enjoying the stew of poison, Mia Fey never died, much less than she did. You were the only one who was there to protect her. You let her die. It was all your fault. It wasn't like that. I had to see for myself what kind of man you really were. So that's why you became a prosecutor? My reason for living? She goes by name White. You were the only way I could make up for the sin of not saving me. 1 year ago, when the Crane village in the Swim was old, it was obvious I wasn't thinking. Whatever your plan was, I was determined to stop it. The role as a prosecutor put me in the perfect position to do so. That's how you overheard Pearl's visit with Morgan at the detention center. Yeah, the time was young there. It's a little true before I could point. My goal was now with the plan, but I could do that. Every team I got to be involved. But I mean, they were plan was on me. Especially when I arrived. Just take the ball in my back and in case we couldn't help it. But how did you contact my mother? Basically, yeah. You heard about it, haven't you? About the strong ties between the main family and the government. Charlie mentioned it. He did say something to that effect. She said that the master of Crane had no policy. Again, because my punishment. Don't ever forget, no matter how far away she was, she knows something. That's why I think she did. I know a strong result to take the best man. Her staff done with a sword in it? The plan was to be carried out I've seen it. And that for the first time it has occurred to me. That's when your mother showed me a special skill. I realized just how far she was willing to go. It's ready to use the sword to protect you from more than fate. Yes, even if it meant paying you in price. That night, the night of crime, there was just one way to stop Morgan's evil plan. You mean Pearl, didn't you? We're gonna make sure she didn't channel down the hole. Before we could prevent her from playing her partner, she never showed up. She was pointing for me being attention. That was the thing we must train. And that's why she paid the channel. She channeled Dahlia Hawthorne in her own. What? What do you mean by that? She channeled the spirit first, then Pearl would be able to do it herself. That's okay. Misty Faye's power was supreme, so as that went down. She channeled Dahlia Hawthorne, so Pearl stayed in. What? Is this true? My role in the plan was to make sure no one was gonna hurt my. That's why I hid myself in the town. Just in case you needed to stay from Dahlia Hawthorne. Good though. That's all I'm gonna admit to you, Shrine. There's no doubt about it, you're a great defense attorney. But you're gonna have to do this yourself. The background leading up to this instance has been laid bare. There's just one question remaining, Mr. Wright. Who killed the victim? Well, Giant, the real deal. You finished it once before. Show us beyond the shadow of doubt. Take complete this one. Maya. Maya, I know that. But even so, it doesn't absolve him of his crime. Please, Maya, testify. Miss Fair, your testimony, please. This is the final testimony. Don't bother trying to hide anything because I'll know. I want to hear the truth from your lips. Alright, young lady. Tell us about the moments before you lost consciousness. What exactly happened at the time of the murder? Things very trite, even the best of figs. It wasn't as that misty fay. Looks like you still can from it. The red lights are coming from Godot's mouth, leaving out right in the middle of a fight. What could have really happened then? That's gotta be it. Yeah, the dagger. You're so sure about that, and then keep us waiting on the side. There's one thing I can think of, I can use the weapon.
Take that!
Naturally, the dagger the killer brought to the scene of the crime. Oh, that's right, I forgot about that. Dahlia Hawthorne struck back at the killer with his, and she managed to wound him as well. Just because he let out steam doesn't mean that it's wounded. Well, we know the blood on the dagger could have been. Have you forgotten that the blood has already been tested? Since we learned there was not the victim's blood, it must be the killer's blood. The killer must have a wound somewhere on his body. So you're saying the blood on this dagger belongs to the killer? Maybe you just change some? Order!
Objection!
The wound's covered by the mask, you dumbass. How about it, Mr. Wright? Yes. The question is whether I can prove or not. The fact is how to prove it. It's under his mask. I can prove it. I'm gonna bring your magnificent vengeance to fruition just as you want it. Yeah, that's good. Fire to the building. There's just one piece there in a second to your point. Well, we go for him in the panel. Are you trying to pressure me, Mr. Godot? But it doesn't matter. I've got the one piece of evidence I need. Give me it, you got nothing. Alright then, Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've got. There's one place you could have put in the room. Stand in line, final stop. Let's see what you got. 3 files?
Take that!
Don't know what you're talking about. Two things here and there. I do know you'll never be out from where she was. Never I try. What's that just now? Yeah? You can. You're living on green. Even as we speak, you're still hiding the wound. It's beneath your mask. During the fight, the red lights given off by the killer suddenly vanished. Seconds later, the killer let out a scream. That's right, your mask went flying off your face. Mr. Godot, which one are you leaving your mask? You have a dagger wound under there somewhere. I'd say this whole case is solved. Just sorry about that technical fault, everyone. Just now, sorry I'm sparing you. I liked you 6 years ago. You are the woman who put me to sleep by hiding a ball of poison. And then, when I was sleeping, you let me die. But you didn't care. You just kept living your pathetic, happy-go-lucky life. You had never to follow in the footsteps of a lawyer. Could never forgive you. And that's what I thought. Mr. Godot. But I was wrong about you. Knew it from the very beginning. Truth is, the only person I could never find in my heart to forgive. You, yourself? And I was the one that failed to protect me. Me and no one else. Tried to avert my eyes from the truth. To escape from that was enough. Just couldn't face me as death head on. I had behind the mask, threw away my true name. Couldn't even deal with being a defense to anyone. But you saved mine. Yeah. What do you mean? You listen, Maya. If I really wanted to save you, there's one person I should have gone and talked to right away. Who would that be? You thought that, Nick? But I didn't do it. Tried to get the help of Iris and your mother. But I closed my eyes to the most important person involved. You know why? The real reason? No, why? Suppose I wasn't really interested in saving you at all. I think I was just trying to salvage what's left of my own broken heart. Just trying to make up for the fact that I couldn't save me, nothing more. That's why I let you walk around in a situation that was dangerous. You're wrong. You put your life on the line to save Maya. Was it really for Maya's sake? Even I'm not very sure. What do you mean by that? That night in the darkness of the garden, when I saw a silhouette. Part of me must know the truth. I wasn't really Dahlia Hawthorne. It could have been Misty Faye, or even that little girl. But I still picked up the blade. It was like I was dreaming. I'm not sure exactly what's going on in my mind at that point. Was I really motivated by the pure desire to protect Maya Faye? Or was it something else? Was it my hatred for a woman who had stolen everything from me 6 years earlier? Could it have been simply a desire for revenge? And now, I don't know anything anymore. That was a nice bit of symbolization though, because the bit at the end with just shows that Nick was ready to become the mentor himself, but I realized that it was just chasing the moon, that stupid fantasy of it being important. You were the one who made me realize my folly. Never ran away from me instead. Instead, you picked up where she left off, a true defender. In that one moment, I understood. Mr. Godot. I think you already know this, but if you don't, my name is Diego Armando. Thanks. Your wound is bleeding. Did you forget already? My world, the color red, doesn't exist. These must be my tears. Tears? Ever since I woke up from my coma, I think I've been waiting for this very moment. You do well to remember this, Maya. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over. And no, by the way, that's ketchup. This time it really is all over, isn't it? Defendant? Although you weren't directly involved in the murder, tampering with the body in the crime scene is a serious offence in itself. Yes, sir. Very well, before I hand down my verdict, is there anything you'd like to say? Apologize to me? For what? I just remembered, weren't you poisoned by your own lover? Not exactly, but yes, I'm fine. Even now, 5 years later, I can't believe it. She was going to do it. She was planning to kill me. Yeah? What do you mean? Huh? Oh, we only met twice? No way. This can't be true. I mean, do you not have a relationship with one? You don't mean, you mean... But why? Why would you do such a thing? You mean she's ready to kill me, don't you? The sad thing is that after... I know there's a credit scene, but...